My name is Johanna Lauder, and I am a teacher for SayABC. If you've heard of VipKid or QKids or GQ or Magic Years, Data ABC, any one of those, this is very similar to those. Essentially, you teach in the mornings or in the evenings. You're an English teacher to students who are in China. And you do that via your computer. It's great. It's just like this. It's through video. It's like a video chat, except it's through their specific software. So each of those have their own platform, is what I call it. And it varies in how they look and what they require, what it does, how interactive it is. And so they each have just slight differences. The other slight difference, of course, is the pay. They're kind of around the same. One of the things, though, that I love about SayABC is that it pays you per 40-minute class. Every other program pays you per 30-minute class. Now, that sounds maybe a little bit off, right? But the other programs usually pay you between $7, $10, $11 per 30-minute class. For SayABC, at a minimum, you get $15 per 40-minute class. So that's at a minimum, and that's your base price. That's your base pay per 40-minute class. Plus, of course, there's bonuses. The bonuses are extremely simple to hit and to get, as long as you are dedicated to working and treat it as an actual job. In other words, you're not just going to call in sick all the time, and you're not going to no-show, which you wouldn't do at a regular job anyway. So don't do it here. They do ask for professionalism. I've just stated one of the reasons why I love SayABC and one of the reasons I'm doing this video. So SayABC has actually been a huge blessing in my life, because right now my husband is a student, and so this is great because he can do this in the mornings, I can do this in the mornings, and then I have the rest of the day to spend with my baby because I'm a stay-at-home mom, and my husband has the rest of the day to go to his classes, to do his homework, and best of all, to be with his family. So I am in love with this. It's just the best thing ever. It's not as difficult as people might think, because it's very, very simple. What they're looking for is are people, sorry, bad grammar, are people that speak English natively. They want the pronunciation. They want to hear that. They want their kids to hear it and learn it that way. And so that is why they want to pay for this service, is so that we can help them speak like a native would. Not only obviously with the grammar, but also with our pronunciation, with our phonics, with just everything. Obviously they have English teachers there, but this is different. It's more accessible to them, it's easier for them, and they get quality people. So it's not as hard as you might think it is. You do not come up with any lesson plans. SayABC has done that all for you. It is extremely easy to use the platform. I love it. It is interactive without being distracting. I have worked for other companies, and sometimes their platform could be a little bit distracting, which was a little hard. But SayABC is actually it's just the perfect balance. So I really like it. My husband does too, actually. I don't know why I pointed at the wall, but my husband does too. So we really like the platform. You teach between 1 to 4 kids. That may sound overwhelming, but it's really not. I personally, sometimes I find it weird to teach one-on-one. It's actually not that weird either. You kind of get used to both. But 4 kids can actually balance out the class and make it so that if you do have one child that's a little bit more distracting, you can still teach rather well because you can focus on the kids that are more focused, which is kind of nice. You also, it also helps balance out the class because if you have other kids that aren't getting it as well, you can use those kids that are to help the other ones understand, because obviously they will learn by example. So it's great. So I really actually do like the 1 to 4 students a lot. And then back to the platform, sorry, got distracted. The platform is great because it's easy to use, it's very interactive, and best of all, the prep time, little to none. I love it. Do look at the you have to look at the PowerPoints beforehand, or the lesson plans, I guess is what we could call them, beforehand, just so that you know what's going on. But honestly, 10-15 minutes before the day before, and you're good to go. That's all you need. I've never spent more than that on any of my lessons, and I have done well. So I can't speak more highly about this company. They're extremely easy to communicate with. They respond within a day. Obviously, China time and my time are different, so they do work business hours. They are based in China. They are not based in the United States. So you have to keep that in mind. It's business hours in China, not the US. So communication-wise, just be a little flexible and understand the time difference. And they're extremely easy to communicate with. They usually communicate with you in one day, unless it's the weekend. And obviously, just wait until the actual the actual weekdays start again, not the weekend. But extremely easy to communicate with, very easy to work with, very understanding, very kind, very professional, extremely helpful, and just great overall. The other thing that I absolutely love about this SayABC is that it is a little bit different than all the other systems, with that they give you homerooms. So their whole basis on SayABC is that kids learn better when they're taught by the same teacher, because you as a teacher get to know them, get to know their learning style, get to know how they work, what level they're at, kind of, so that you can personalize it. And I love that because, I'm not a teacher by profession at all, but I have been a long-term sub, and when you do that, you want to personalize things. You want your students to grow, and you actually you care about them. So it's great. So with SayABC, they try to keep the same teacher with the same kids, and that's called a homeroom. You teach the same kids, the same group of kids, twice a week for 4.5 weeks. That's a unit, and it's 9 lessons, 9 classes. Once you finish that unit, they give you a bonus, of course. Like I said, they're really easy to get, the bonuses. And it's great. You get the same students over and over again. So you familiarize yourself with them. You know what to expect. You know who they are. You kind of figure out what you need to do with them. And so that's how SayABC works. That's why it's a little bit different than the other programs, but I like that difference. If you don't, might not be for you, but I personally do. Like I said, very easy. With that, lost my train of thought. So yeah, it's with that, obviously, it makes it so that they schedule you. That's where I was going. They schedule you 4.5 weeks out in advance, which is really nice, especially with these types of programs. You never know what your schedule is going to be. You don't know if you're going to get booked or you're not going to get booked, if they're going to schedule you or they're not going to schedule you. Right? I have been booked for all of August since the beginning of July. So I know what to expect for August since the beginning of July. that's great. I don't know very many other teachers that teach in these types of programs that can know that far in advance. And so it's really nice to have that flexibility, that knowledge beforehand. So anyway, I'm just going on and on, so I will stop because this is long enough. But this is great. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. I am going to post a referral link, but most importantly, I'm going to post a group link. I have a Facebook group where those that I'm referring can go to. They're welcome to join there. I have some documents already set up so that they can help answer the most frequent questions, because everyone has them, of course. And then if you have any personal questions, you can go ahead and shoot me a message via Facebook or through this. I'll also post the email down below. But I'm here to help. Yes, I do get a one-time referral bonus for referring you. But more than anything, it's been a blessing in my life. And if I didn't share it, I'd be selfish. Because I know that it can bless the lives of other people. And why not help each other out? It'd be silly. So down below, I'll post those links and I'll post the email. I would first join the group or contact me somehow so I can get you a little tip on when you're applying before you actually use the referral link right away. So do that first so that I can help you that way. And then we'll get the ball rolling. Okay, that's enough of me. If you have any questions, contact me. I promise I'm a pretty honest person, and this company is pretty great.